large gateway. You don't seem to pay you too much notice, as it seems like there's quite a few other travellers making their way towards the town as well. When you get through the gate, you're greeted by this large causeway, a huge high street, a huge road of hustle and bustle. There's shops and market stalls. Children are running and playing in the streets. You hear like domestic arguments coming from inside some houses. You kind of have to step out of the way before some sludge falls out, falls from above as someone's emptying a chamber pot.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's real busy. It's hustle and bustle. There's all sorts going on. You mostly just see humans. There are a few halflings and a few gnomes dotted around, but it's mostly humans. And as you walk through the street, you hear a guard who seems to be shouting about the town will now hire anyone in aid of the missing astronomers. Please come to the town hall if you think you can help. And he kind of gestures down the other end of the causeway to this quite large town hall looking building. So yeah, as you look around, you sort of see each other. Would you all like to take turns and just describe how you look for us?
Yeah, I look like...
As we're kind of all meeting each other here, kind of.
But
we're going to say, for the purpose of this, you've maybe have met before, but you don't know each other that well, and you're decided to work as a mercenary group together or something.
Yeah, I'm a dwarf. I'm 4 foot tall. I've got red Mohican, tattoos all over my body, no shirt on, and shorts.
You the Slayer
That are made out. Yeah, literally, yeah. Literally. Yeah, that's what my character looks like. And I've got big boots on, made out of bison heads.
You can go last, Rosa, if you want.
Oh,
Go on then, Charlie.
Shake's laying down the law.
I got bison head boots.
Nice.
I'm fucking smaller than all the other gnomes, but I wear stilts. I got a coat made out of flesh. I've got really dirty black skin, and half of my I wear other people's hands as sleeves. I got a monocle, and I've always got a black eye.
What instrument are you carrying?
Oh, that's a mystery. That's a mystery right now.
Well, you need to think of that before shit goes down, because
It's my flesh.
you got to
It's
sing.
my,
You got to sing us a song if you want to play spells, bro.
it's my flesh guitar, mate.
Obviously.
Flesh flute.
Okay, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, cool. Okay, I like it.
So I'm 4 foot 5. Yeah. So pretty small, but not ridiculously small. Slightly tinged green. Yeah. One fucking fang coming out the right hand side of my mouth. Kind of hunched over posture. 1 foot is cloven. The hoof. Or 1 foot has a hoof.
Wait, what does it have?
And I'm wearing a potato sack. I'm wearing a potato sack.
What do you need for that?
I really want you guys to all have some conversations in your characters, as your characters at some point to see what this how this
Gotta tell everyone characters' names as well, obviously.
Yeah. What's your names?
Yeah.
I'm Shankmo.
Okay, Shankmo.
I'm Grundle Fondalar, son of Dingleberry.
Yeah.
My name's Dwarf. Logmar.
Dwarf. All right, Rosa, you're up.
I am 7 foot tall.
Fucking hell.
Blade skin and yellow eyes.
Oh.
Oh.
I wear elf
That's fucking
I like that
naughty.
you're like so much. You're like a very tall person around all these very short people.
Yeah.
I like it. What's your name?
No, what is my name? What did you put it
Jason. Oh, I can't remember. Rosalondola.
Rosa Londola. I'll call you Londa. For sure.
I'm very to Londoner.
You can work on it. If you want to change your name, that's fine. You can have to think at some point. So yeah, you kind of eye each other up, thinking, "How the fuck did you?"
Well, I've got to
become
write everyone's
part of
name
this
down.
Mad group. And yeah, you've just heard that guard sort of shout the message. Again, you can see all sorts of hustle and bustle. There's a few shops dotted around. There's all sorts of smells of like various like pastries and cooked meats. You do see a drunk human kind of get tossed out of what looks to be this large, like very large inn a little bit down the
Right, I
road.
interject. I'm like, you wanna go for a bit?
Yes, yes, yes. 100 million times yes, Chris.
My character's just like, alright then.
I would love a little beer.
I'm looking forward to like 6 months down the line if we're still playing and you're like still doing these voices. I hope.
Oh, banter.
Okay,
I got-
so
Sorry,
Beers are
Rosalonda,
on you, Grundle.
You see, sorry, Charlie. You see Shankmo, Grundle, and Dwaff all waddle off towards the inn. What would you like to do?
What about Rosa?
Yeah, I just said she's seeing you guys do that. What would you like to do, Rosa?
Oh.
Alright, cool, yeah, so you all head off. You step past the kind of like drunken man who's covered in like thick mud as he like pulls himself up off the ground. And you head up the wooden
I'll kick him.
steps. Roll an attack, bro. 16, sick. And then you have to add your unarmed thing, which is your strength. So it's just +1, so 17. That fucking hit, so roll,
Yeah, kick him in the fucking head.
so it's just your strength. You just deal your strength. Oh, no, it's 1d4 plus your strength bonus. So roll a
So-
d4 now.
instantly commit murder. First action of the campaign.
Okay, so you deal 5 damage. You deal max damage.
Yeah, so I go, oh, you stupid little cunt, fuck off!
What are you doing? Fuck off! Get out of here. And he like slings some mud at you and gets you a bit dirty and stumbles off.
Yeah, fucking.
Wait, I want to do something. When he lands on the bottom of the steps.
He hasn't landed, so he was already. He was getting up when you guys approached. Charlie kicked him on the ground.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
I
no.
want to take stuff from his pocket.
Jacob
Okay,
got
are
me
you
put it
going
on
to
the
try
back.
and do this sneakily, or are you just going to like brazenly?
Fuck, mate. Slump.
I'm gonna use intimidation.
I want him to see.
Okay, go over and just roll
I'm backing
and-
up Chris behind him.
Roll an investigation. Okay, right. What? Okay, so you just kicked him on the ground. Okay, yeah, Charlie, roll an intimidation check, and Chris roll an investigation. So, what do you say to intimidate him while Chris is going through the pockets? What are you doing to intimidate him?
I'm standing. I've cranked my stilts up, and I'm standing behind Chris. I go, you better fucking give him your shit now.
Oh, fine, you fucking cancel it. And Chris, as you go in his pockets, you don't find anything, but he reaches inside this like hidden pocket and he hands you. This is all I've got, all right? And you see he's got 2 silver pieces in his hand.
Can I have them?
Fucking hell, you
Gives you no. Fuck off, leave me alone. And he stumbles away.
fucking wrecked.
Yeah, you kind of look around and you're pretty lucky that no guards see you. You kind of look around, there's no guards have noticed. You're 2 silver pieces up. Okay, cool. So you sort of dust yourselves off of this absolute gang warfare attack, and you head inside the inn. Large double wooden doors swing open, and you're greeted with the smell of thick smoke and stale beer. A little bit of sick, of like throw up as well, like wafts in the air. It's quite dark and dingy. Even though it's daytime, it's a little bit hard to see. There's a few candles in the corners of this large spread open room. Probably about 12 or so tables scatter the area, and on the opposite side of you is a large bar. On some of the tables, there's maybe like only a few of them are occupied, with mostly it just seems to be like old alcoholic men. Across the bar, you do see a young human girl, probably like early 20s, blonde hair and a ponytail, reading a book.
Question.
Yes.
What's the average life expectancy in this fantasy world?
Depends on your race. Each races have different life expectancies.
Because this is medieval, right? So you say she's mid-20s, so she's probably getting towards the end of her life there.
No, so human life expectancy is kind of like normal for us because they have magic. So like the magic, basically, they can do stuff that like they can teleport. You know, they have all sorts of healing spells and shit. They can summon food out of nowhere. It's like mad spells, man, in this world.
Okay.
So, like people's life expectancies are pretty good.
Okay. They're not just eating gruel and living for like.
Nah, they're probably like they're living really well. Like, so if you're good at magic, you are, I guess. Anyway.
Right.
But yeah, so that's what you see in the bar.
Well, I'll get a beer.
Do you have?
How
can I help you?
I want to buy Charlie a beer. I want 2 beers, 2 of your finest fantasy ales.
Oh, I don't know what that is. We've got some grog. Here you go. And she starts pouring up these glasses. It's like, that would be 2 silver pieces, please.
So yeah, two silver pieces, and then I want to give one to Charlie, and I'm like, the way you kicked that man down the stairs was really brave and too. I like you a lot.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Right, I just wrote a song. Everybody listen up.
You see like a couple of the old people like turn around a little bit. The young girl behind the bar closes her book and kind of looks expectantly.
Just crank my stilts up a bit while I'm coughing. Oh, Shankmo is massive. Shankmo is strong. Buy drink for Shankmo, or he shank your mom. And I hold out with my little hat.
Make a performance check. Make a performance check.
Hang on.
And then simultaneously, I'm going around the bar and I'm like, give him your money. Give him all your money. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you see the girl behind the bar. She starts clapping and she looks genuinely happy.
I hit 20.
Yeah, she's like really.
That's critical
clapping.
hit, mate.
Yeah, you do actually. They do. They're all loving it. They're clapping so much. They're like, hey, it's pretty good actually. It's not bad, not bad. You as you go round, Chris, you get like 15 copper pieces.
Take it. I'll take it. Done.
So did you mark off? You got rid of the 2 silver.
Oh, what about me?
Well, he's the one going around with the hat.
I collected up stuff for you to ask for it, you fucking pussy.
Give me fucking money right now, Grundle.
Oh.
We split it 50-40.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 5 gold copper pieces. You can fuck off.
The girl behind the bar looks at Dwarf and Rosa. It's like, would you guys like a drink? Can I help you at all?
2 grogs, please.
Rosa wants a water. She doesn't want a grog.
It's like, she's like, well, okay, the water here is not the best, but here you go. That's free of charge, and 2 silver pieces for you.
Yeah, I can do the silver pieces and then down both the grogs.
So yeah, so it's 10 silver to a gold. So if you only have gold, you can just mark off 1 gold and then give yourself 8 silver.
Alright, so I fucking hobble off out of the pub, right?
Wait, why are you in the pub again?
Just wanted to go to the pub.
I finish my grog, and then I'm like, you guys, I don't even like you anyway. And I like fucking slip out the door with my little cloven hoof, just like pattering on the floor. Like,
Oh yeah, what are you doing?
I fall over a little bit, and then I'm sick, just a small amount, like just like, bleh. And then I get back up, brush myself off, and I walk off.
Where are you going? What are you doing? Tell me
I
what you
don't
want
want
to
to
do.
spend money. I want to be a big spender. I want to.
Okay, yeah. So what are you looking for? What kind of shop?
I'm looking for a good time.
Just tell me clearly. Tell me clearly what you're looking for.
I don't know. I literally just come across the first shop that's there. I'm literally fucking having a good time, mate.
Okay, so as you're walking like along the bit, you see
He's never had
multiple-
money before.
multiple cooked food vendors. You do see a blacksmith that is like it's like a large like inside a shop, but the front wall, the outer wall, like isn't there. So you kind of like walk in. There's no door, and you do see this like older burly man like hitting a massive anvil with a hammer. Like you hear the ding ding, and there's loads of smoke billowing out from the roof. Further down, you do see like what's to be like quite like a nice shop. You can't really tell what it is, but it looks really nice, like kind of like dark purple exterior. And you did notice the way you came in by the edge of the town near the gate, there was a large stables as well.
Alright, I'm gonna take a piss. Like I take a piss.
Just out in the street.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. For now.
Okay. As you start pissing, you hear a voice behind you. It's like, "Hey, you can't do that here. Stop doing that in the street, you wretch!" And you see a guard walking over to you.
Okay, well I'm like,
He puts your hand on your shoulder. It's like he kind of like turns you around and looks at you really closely and just says like, "If I catch you doing that again, you'll be out of here."
alright, I'm like, what you gonna do about it?
We'll throw you straight in the stockade, and I'll have less of your lip. Now get out of here! And he kind of like shoves you forwards a little bit.
Alright, and then I fall over because obviously my balance isn't very good because of the hoof.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And he
then,
kind of like dusts himself like his hands and kind of like spits on the ground and walks off.
yeah, that's what I'll do. Definitely.
There's the town hall. There's a blacksmith. There's a stables. There's a bunch of food shops. There's like a nice looking shop. You're not sure what it is. Yeah. Those are sort of like the main points of interest for you at the moment.
Alright,
It's
well,
like in the high street that you're in.
Can I just say, we better go find that Grundle. He's always getting into fucking trouble.
You see, what's his name, Grundle, kind of like dusting himself off, like just a little bit away from the inn as you exit.
well
Oh, Grundle, what's been going on over here?
just fucking taking a walk, mate. Nothing unusual in it.
You like sound like you're off your head. It's like when you're at a party and like your mate's disappeared. It's like, what's? Oh, I just went for a little walk.
Oh, should we go and find out about getting some fucking coin together? Because I'm running out of grog funds. Town crier
I'm
got
like-
go mental.
Now, I was thinking about spending some money in this blacksmith or some shit.
Alright then.
Right, so
You head over to the blacksmith. Doesn't look up as you enter. He's still just bashing away. And it's just like you just hear a yes.
Oi!
He'll just like.
Are you alright, mate?
I'm like, wait, listen, 10 copper pieces and you add spikes to my fucking grape club.
He kind of looks up for a moment, looks at you up and down. Great club. He's like, that'd be more than 10 copper.
I'm like, fucking will it, can't?
I say, hang on.
Hanging for a moment. He's like, let me have a look at it.
I'm like, fucking Shankmo, show him what's in there. Show him what's going on.
I say, look here, you cunt. It's me, Shankmo. And I'm the big tough guy around here. I'll out smelt any bit of smeltage you got going on in this place. So I'll take all your work away if you don't fucking cough up the spikes, alright?
Make an intimidation check. Make an intimidation check. It's like, right, yeah, I guess you are. Yeah, of course, I can do the spikes. It will cost you a bit more than 15 copper for the materials, though. I'm sure that's very reasonable, isn't it? So yeah, we're looking here like I can do it a bit cheaper for you at 5 gold pieces, or if you want the good stuff, that'll be 15.
Fuck.
Fucking mental, how much money have I even got?
It says on your character sheet.
16.
I look around.
Oh, I could, if you want the good metal, that is. Yeah, I mean, I can do you for a bit of some cheaper stuff for 5 gold.
Alright, look, I'll tell you what, look, I'll fucking settle 9 gold pieces and 10 gold pieces. That's all I got. And then I've only got enough to fucking buy myself a bit of grog, a bit of fucking bread.
Well, look, I mean, you can get the cheaper set for that. That's not a problem.
I said, Grundle, put your money away, mate.
It's not even intimidating.
Yeah, it would be a lot more expensive than this. If that
What do you mean? He's not even intimidated. Literally sketching out.
Alright.
No, because I'm Charlie intimidated him with a.
I say,
Yeah, I know.
I say, Grundle, put your money away right now. I say, listen here, Sonny. If you don't make this club have spikes in it in the next 15 minutes, I'm gonna fucking give you the shank mo of your lifetime, bow.
You see him like stare at you. He's kind of like he's like quite a heavy set, like big dude, like thick brown hair, hairy arms, some tattoos on these like really muscular shoulders. He kind of like stares at you dead in the eyes for a moment, and then just looks over your shoulder and shouts, "God, God!"
Yeah,
and
no doubt.
Two guards run over, both of their swords drawn. They're like, "What's the
Who
problem
would have
here?"
thought? Who would have thought?
These newcomers are threatening me, sir. He threatened to shank me.
Right.
He's like, right, you're coming with me.
I look at Charlie and I'm like, give him the Shankmo special. And then fucking poison spray, right? Poison spray
The guards.
in the guards' faces. Directly in their
Fucking hell, sick. All right.
I can't wait to
What's
make
the
a
page
new
number?
character.
What's the page number?
Yeah, 13.
13. Yeah. So you reach out your hand. And just like this like magical green like gas just starts shooting out of your palm, filling up this like 10-foot area in front of you,
And whilst I'm
completely
doing
enveloping both guards.
And the whole time I'm doing it, I'm channeling, I'm going,
Yeah, you're like vibrating this like gas out of your little imp hand.
I'm pulling out my rapier.
You see both the guards kind of like sneeze for a second, like this, and they kind of like shake their head, and you all need to roll initiative because combat started.
Oh fuck.
Well, I was considering using the poison spray as a bit of a distraction to run away.
Well, you can run away. You can definitely run away.
I'm down to run away, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the poison spray in the face was just to melt their eyes a bit so I can escape.
Alright, well, this fucking.
Yeah, it like you're not sure because it's just like literally like it's happening. The poison's still in the air. Like you don't know how it's affected them.
Alright, so to be fair, I think in this situation, as it's unfolding, I would see that Grundle has sprayed, but then he's changed his body from like facing towards them to like turning to run. So I will take the initiative and sort of read the situation and try and also.
Do you know what's
run
funny?
away.
Because you're all so small, you have less speed than the humans.
yeah. Well, I'm 25.
But yeah, okay, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you're just gonna run. We don't need. If you're all gonna run, we don't really need this map.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you just
We
fucking.
should lay
peg
low
it.
for a while.
You just peg it. Double action move. Okay, so like from where you are, there are a few like gaps in the kind of main because you're like basically in the main like big high street at the moment. A few people have stopped to look, like a few random passers by. There's no other guards in the vicinity. It just seems like it's these two. There's a ton of shops. There's a ton of food stalls. And between some of the shops and food stalls, there are like alleyways that lead off into other streets.
Can we run underneath the desks of like the food stores?
Oh, what, and then use that to like block line of sight while you're running away.
Yeah, we just like run under the kitchen cloth, like.
Okay. Okay, so you just run and you're like running. So you guys just see, just somehow Dwaff just summons the immense like speed of a fucking cheetah, and he's just like run, and you see him just disappear like underneath this tablecloth in a food stall. Shankmo,
I hide it
you're
about.
up.
I hide it
Shankmo,
about.
Shankmo, you're up. What are you doing?
I fucking crank my stilts up to max, so I got high speed. And I start pegging it, and then fucking sling my fucking stilts off in the alley just past Dwaff, mate, and then get onto the
Okay.
table with him.
The same table, okay. And then Grundle, what are you doing?
I'd fucking jump and climb inside a barrel.
Okay, so you're just going to run and climb inside the barrel. Okay, all of you make stealth checks as you're trying to hide.
Oh, Jake, I kind of meant that. Alright, yeah, alright, I'll do that anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, do it. I mean, like, you can obviously, if you still want to keep running, you can run away stealthily. Like, you're breaking line of sight. You're trying to
How does
stop.
stealth check work? Is it dex?
Same as everything else. You have a stealth skill, so it has a relevant modifier, and if it's one of your skills, then you'll get your proficiency as well.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I am
get
so
+1.
stealthy.
I'm stealthier, mate.
D20, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, so 4.
Lucky you're in a barrel, mate.
Jake, I got +4 to that, by the way, so I'm 24.
Okay, well, okay, so sick. That's awesome. So you all run, and as you like look around, you see the two guards. Like they both are kind of like grabbing their eyes and like rubbing their eyes for a second. You see their hands go down, and they're squinting over in your general direction. They kind of look around, and they both split off in two ways. One's going left, one's going right up the street. It doesn't seem like they've noticed you.
I said, for fuck's sake,
You
Grundle.
maybe you wait a minute, and they seem like they're out of view.
I pass out. So like I'm like asleep. I'm resting. I'm asleep essentially.
You're just trying to stay in the barrel.
Well, I've just passed out. That's what my character. It's not my fault that he's got a weak heart, is it? And that he's
Okay.
fucking-
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, so
Well-
yeah, the coast is clear. You guys feel like you probably should stay clear of that blacksmith. Yeah. Yeah, what do you want to do?
Jake, have our characters been to this town before?
No.
Okay.
So you can try and search
I-
for certain areas that you think you might want to look. You can try and search that. You can ask people.
We're not
about where
exactly
things might be.
inconspicuous,
Yeah, we're small, man.
are we? No, we got a 7-foot wood elf with us, and one person's got a half. Has got a
We'll say that Rose
Hooven.
stayed in the inn while this happened.
Mm.
Right,
White.
I say, right, let's make some fucking coin. I've had enough of the chanting to date. Let's go out and get a mission and get some money.
It's a Monday. Alright, we need to find fucking Grundle. So I guess we know that.
Make a. So how are you gonna make an investigation check when you're searching? You're searching.
Oh, roll
for him.
survival.
No, investigation.
Oh, investigation.
As you're searching for him. Shankmo, do you spend a few minutes? You get kind of like yelled at a little bit for like looking under people's skirts as you search. You're like, you can't come back here as you try and like look behind some food stalls. Get out of here, you fucking nut. Eventually, you do find an unconscious Grundle in a lying collapsed in a barrel in this like grotesque little heap.
I just start walking on top of the barrel and rolling them about with me.
Yeah. Okay.
With my hat out,
Make-
waiting for a coin.
Make an
Waiting for a coin in my hat.
Make an acrobatics check for you, just like sort of balancing on top of this barrel as you're rolling it down underneath your feet.
It didn't work. Oh,
Jake, you.
That's pretty good. You do it, man. You send it down. Grundle, you're kind of like woken up by being like flipped and rolled over a ton in this barrel. You get some like puddle and stuff like splash in on you as well as this is happening.
Yo, I'm back.
oh,
Am I rolling in a barrel?
So Shankmo found you and decided to put the barrel on its side and get on top of it and like run on it. So he's like running down the street with you in the barrel.
Yeah.
And you
well,
wake up.
Okay,
to that.
so I'm just like sick whilst he does that, so I'm just getting absolutely smashed around inside the barrel with my own thunder.
Fucking
That's
hell.
it. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, you kind of like come to a stop at some point and tumble out, and Shankmo, you kind of tumble off a little bit. Dwaff, you do see this and run over.
Yeah, I'm like, right, should we go see what that geezer was shouting about earlier?
Yeah.
Because I don't fancy sleeping on the street for another night.
Alright, so off we go to the town hall then.
Cool. Yeah. So you do see it. As you look up, you do see one of the guards that you attacked earlier, sort of like turn the corner. He hasn't quite seen you yet, but he might unless you do something.
I put my hand up on my face, like, you know.
Really, that's what you're gonna do?
No.
It's like fuck's sake.
Are you?
I guess we see him before he sees us, right?
Yeah, like you've just seen him turn the corner. Maybe in a few seconds he might see you. Like you guys got like.
I get on Chris's.
corner.
I get on Chris's shoulders and put a big waistcoat on. Which
Got,
I
like,
do.
a bedroll over
I,
it. Okay.
yeah.
All right. roll a deception check. What are you doing, Simon?
I just like sort of turned around instantly and went back round the corner and sort of like
Okay.
facing the wall.
Okay, yeah.
Deception. This is perfect for me, mate.
He's got a little top hat on.
Yeah, so you've got like your bedroll as part of your pack, and you like unwrap it.
Oh, I've got entertainment pack, haven't I?
Oh yeah, you've got costumes, man.
Yeah. So I put a
So
big
roll-
waistcoat on.
What's your decept? What did you get?
15.
15. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You start walking down like this. You kind of like so. Chris, you just feel Shankmo jump on your shoulders and wrap you in a blanket, and he's just like.
I'm like,
you can't
straight
see
on.
anything.
Don't
Straight.
look. Don't do nothing stupid.
Alright, well, I'm obviously real dizzy because I just got chucked around in a barrel with my own chunder. So we basically just start veering off to the left, wherever that may be.
Okay, yeah, you start veering off, and as the guard approaches you, he kind of like stares at you for a minute. He's like, "Get yourself cleaned up, you're drunk," and he's like walks past. You kind of look out the corner of your eye, Dwarf, and you do see he kind of like walks past, manages to walk past you as well.
Oh, that's ideal.
You feel like the coast is clear. You make your way to the town hall.
Charlie. I can't believe it. Instantly just went to a blacksmith and tried to fucking kill him. I'll kill you,
Yeah.
don't give me spikes.
Are we all here?
Chris is he's gonna back in a second.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. Well, how are you guys feeling it so far?
Oh, we're loving it.
I'm a bit
Yeah.
pissed off about not being able to get me fucking spiked back, but I'll move on from it.
Shankmo kind of ruined that for you a bit.
Well, no, I mean their unwillingness to pay any price for the spikes.
Yeah.
No,
Very
it
cheap
wasn't
price.
any price. I just didn't want to pay all of my gold.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
play. Right, yeah, so you get up to this big town hall. It's almost like a mini kind of like fort structure. There's no guards, just big, large kind of metal doors. And as you press them open, you're greeted by a large hall. There's various pews and kind of seats kind of like scattered around, all kind of facing the front. And there's a slightly raised platform area, maybe like a couple feet off the ground, almost like a stage. And then in front of that, not on the stage, there's a small desk with a kind of gruff-looking man, probably in his early 50s, kind of sat behind it with kind of like crude leather armor, and he's got like a sword on his back.
Oh yeah.
He seems to be writing, and he looks up at you as you approach.
Instantly, right? Because I got such high religion, I fucking prostrate myself on the floor, and I'm like, "Oh hail, Cadebulon, Lord of the fucking kingdom." That's what I said.
Right. Is that what you come here to do?
Well, yes, church, innit? So I'm doing a bit of praying.
Oh, sorry, this isn't a church. That's on the other side of town. This is the town hall.
That's embarrassing.
I can see why you might get confused, little one. The seating is a little bit similar.
Right,
But he looks to the rest of you. And he's like, "Are you here to help with the mercenary work we've been calling for?"
I do like a little Fonz, like click and point my finger at him, and I'm like,
I'll go.
And it gives you like a puzzled look, and he's like, right.
I'll pull out a finger and go, what's the pay?
Well, it's 100 gold on completion, 300 gold if you can recover the lost townsfolk safely.
Right, so I'm like, we'll do it. Half when we get back.
I'm afraid we can give you a small amount of provisions, but
Right,
that's
tell him.
about it.
I want to be hosed. I need a hosing down as well.
He
Right,
fucking reeks.
Well, there is a bathhouse in town. You can make use of it, I'm sure. Do you want to know
I'll just
more about
go-
the job
I'll
before
just
you
start
take
sp-
your souls
I'll just
for
start
these?
spitting on Chris.
Yeah,
that
I want
what
to know
you-
more about the job. I want to know more about the job.
He holds out his hands like, please refrain from that in here. Not very sanitary, is it? Where are you lot from? You're not from around here, are you?
Right.
Shankmo's from Shankmoville, alright?
Do you know what's been going on around these parts?
What's been going on?
Well, a number of our members have been going missing of late. It's quite suspicious, actually, as they all seem to be members of the Astronomers Guild.
Fucking hell.
You know, when
What?
you look at the lights in the sky at night time, well, that can give meaning and have special purpose if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, well, I've heard the moon's a false construct made by aliens and Saturn.
Well, I think you get along great with the type of folk I'm talking about. Anyway, they've been disappearing, and well, quite frankly, we don't have a clue where they might be.
Oh,
All of our guards have gone north to help fight in the war, which I'm sure you all know about. So we don't really have the manpower to put forward a proper investigation.
I spit on the floor and say, who do you want us to shank?
Well, that's the problem. We're not really sure at the moment.
Have you got any leads?
As you say that, the doors swing open dramatically. They clang on either side, and you hear, "Sir, we found two of the fallen astronomers. They're back in one piece." And you see them. There's two guards walking, different guards from the ones that you had previously had a quarrel with. And they each have a kind of like bloodied, kind of fairly noble, frail-looking person, like kind of. They're kind of like both carrying one each, like both under the shoulder of each one. They're kind of the people they're carrying. They're bloodied and dirty, and they kind of have like fungus and mold kind of growing at like certain areas, like out of their neck and at their joints and from their hands and stuff. It's like this weird, like purpley orange kind of like mold and fungus growing from them.
I whisper to Dwarf, I say, he looks like he worships Uranus, if you know what I'm saying.
They said they were taken to the mine by goblins, and they, as he says that, all the mushrooms and the spores that are on these two humans' bodies explode and erupt these like fumes and gases that seem to just encapsulate the vicinity of them like entirely. The two guards that are carrying them just start coughing and grabbing their necks. One of them falls to the floor. Laughing and like frantically laughing, and blood starts pouring from the corners of his eyes. The other one just like collapses to his knees and is just throwing up, just cannot stop throwing up, and falls over just like coughing and throwing up all over himself. You look as the two people that were covered in mushrooms, they kind of like stop seizing at like a moment. They kind of were like spazzing out a little bit, and they stop. Their eyes have glazed over this like purpley red glow. And they look up at you, raising out an arm.
Oh shit.
And all rolling initiative.
I stand there and I say, come and get some if you think you're hard enough. Ready my great axe in two hands, and I'm just waiting like eagerly for one of them to come towards me so I
Cool.
can chop him in half.
This zombie is going to move here, And now Shankmo, it's your turn. The zombie's just like he kind of like stumbling forwards. You see like bits of flesh and fungus is like sprouting as he moves, and the flesh is like dripping off him, almost like a leper character. It like smells. You can smell him now. It's like the smell of mold and death and decay. As just like his skin has turned like grey and pale, and the fungus and mold is like growing really quick and starting to envelop like all parts of his body.
This got pretty dark pretty quick.
Shankmo, it's your turn.
I'm going to run back like 5 feet,
Okay.
and then I'm going to use dissonant whispers on the one closest.
Yeah, sick. Cool. So anyway, it fails the save. So it takes full damage, and it must use its movement on its next turn to move as far away from you as it can.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So I need you to
What do I
sing
need?
a song for this, Charlie.
Shankmo is here. Shankmo is ready. If you don't watch out, Shankmo will shank your belly.
Oh, and you guys, as you hear this, you see this like magical, dark, black, twisted energy, like smoke, like protrude from his mouth and fly through the air and like wrap itself around the head of the zombie. Roll your damage. 13 damage. Nice. Yeah, you just watch as this like smoke just racks through inside the ears of the zombie, and you see this like the veins all through its body like bulge and turn black, and like bits of the veins actually like explode slightly, of this little like explosions all through his body of like blood shooting out onto the ground. It's your turn, Grundle.
Alright, well, I'm gonna thorn whip the fuck out of that zombie that's injured.
Okay, so you hold out your grotesque deformed hand, and you hold it up in the air, and you see like some wind and like leaves appear out of nowhere, and they start swirling around your hand for a moment like a tornado, before this like ethereal bright green thorny whip just like protrudes out upwards. You bring it up behind your head and crack it down onto the zombie. It wraps around the zombie's neck. All the thorns are like stabbing into it, and you yank him 10 feet towards you. So yeah, that did hit. They're zombies. They have really low armor, so you can roll damage.
But does it not just eviscerate him?
You got to roll damage. 3 damage. Yeah. So, and then you pull him towards you by 10 feet as you yank him through, and then you like let go of the whip. You see like all round his neck is like gashing like slices of wounds where all the thorns have like torn his neck to shreds. He's looking pretty fucking hurt, but he still manages to like, after the recoil of you pulling him forwards, he regains his balance and like stares deep in your face,
Alright, well,
loose jaw hanging and swinging, and these
bonus action.
piercing glowing eyes.
But then, can I not thorn whip him and not pull him in? Do you know what I mean?
No, because that's what the thorn whip does.
That's what
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah,
I
that's what it
can't
does.
just give him a whipping.
Don't think
No.
so.
I mean, you gave him a pretty naughty whipping, I'm not going to lie.
Alright, well, I fucking huddle into a ball on the floor in the fetal position.
Because that can be pretty big later on, though, when I'm absolute fucking dual-wield maniac and you can
Okay,
just pull stuff towards me.
so now this zombie is going to,
Are
you're
we
the
just clear that
closest,
are we
he's
clear
going to
that
run
I'm huddled-
towards you as well.
I'm huddled in the fetal position at this point, okay?
That's fine, yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
It didn't go very well.
Okay, yeah, so you just like run in between the middle of them.
Yeah, and then I'm
Yeah.
going to absolutely smash this one with my great axe.
The one that's hurt, or the one that's not hurt?
No, the one that's not hurt.
Yeah, roll an attack. Yeah, so you guys watch as Dwarf just lets out this primal war cry and sprints over with his massive axe, runs over and just like chops down into the shoulder and back of one of the zombies, splitting it in two slightly, and you see this like gaping wound released from it. Yeah, do you want to do anything else?
No, I'm just chilling.
Okay, so this zombie is going to spend his turn running away from Charlie.
So
You see as it runs away, you watch Dwarf slice off its arm with one swing, and as it like still like lets out this like cry, and you see oh my throat, Grundle just run up behind it and just slice off its head. The zombie falls to the ground, and then you see its body start picking itself up. It grabs its head and puts it back on,
Oh, man.
and starts regenerating slightly. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Mm.
So you did kill it. There's a chance for zombies. It rolled luckily, basically, and it has a chance to come back to life with 1 hit point. And that
Oh,
happened.
mental.
Cool. Okay.
I'm glad that my character knows that.
Shankmo. Yeah. Shankmo, it's your turn.
I'm gonna run up behind the fucking healthier one, and I'll go for. I'm gonna throw my dagger at the zombie that just got up.
Do it. Yeah. So make an attack. 4. Okay. So you just like throw the dagger into like the middle of its forehead as it's standing back up, and it just topples back onto the ground. Let all the mold and all the fungus on it like let out this kind of like large sigh of like poisonous gas that just like shoots out from its body, and then the flesh starts to shrivel and shrink down a little bit, and it kind of like seizes up, and it's almost like the skin starts to crack as it's like become immensely dry, and it just like lies on the ground,
Crumbled. And then I guess that's my go.
Nice. Okay, good job, man. Grundle, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna use a dart at that you last zombie.
Yeah, throw it. Roll an attack. So yeah, you throw this dart and it just goes like clean over the shoulder of the zombie. The zombie actually kind of like loses its footing and slips a little bit, and you would have hit, but you like slipped just out of the way.
Alright, well that's 1 dart down. Right,
Cool.
then I fucking go back into the fetal position again.
Okay. This zombie is going to just take a swing at you, Dwarf. He's going to come over and just go like try and thump you. You just manage to just like dodge out of the way as this big like fish just like slumps down. You hear like, and it's your turn.
Yeah, I just give him the old axe treatment, I think.
Yeah, do it. 5 damage. Yeah, you slump down and like leave this massive like gaping wound across its chest. Okay, Shankmo, you're up.
I pull out my rapier and I start fucking going to town on him, mate.
Yeah, roll an attack.
Stabby.
5. So you just give him like you pull out your rapier and just like jab like a few holes in its chest. It's looking pretty hurt. It's kind of like bits of it have like fallen off. It's like almost like having to hold itself together at this point. Grundle, your turn.
I want to flee.
Okay, where are you going to run to?
Back to the pub.
Okay, what's going through Grundle's head right now?
He just wants to go get some grog, he's had enough. He's had
Dwarf,
enough of all the
your
violence.
Wait, has he ran away?
Yeah, I've had enough of all the violence.
He just walked out. He's like, zombies, nah. Alright.
As you're running, you run past the 2 guards that like one is maniacally laughing and rolling around the floor with blood coming out of his eyes. The other one is like just coughing and like finding it hard to breathe and like wheezing.
Can I do the Grundle Fondler classic and look in their pockets? And can I just have a little look in the pocket?
Yeah, on your turn, of course.
Whilst they're in the
Dwarf, it's
Yeah.
your turn. 6 damage. Yeah, you cut off one of its arms and it's like fucking just about to fall apart, but it's not quite there. Shankmo, it's your turn.
I continue the flurry of stabs, mate.
That's
11
hefty.
damage, nice. Yeah, so you just like this flurry of blows, you just like carve it up, you chop like chunks of flesh off left, right and centre, and you finish it with a clean like slice right through the neck. The head tumbles doof, 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 and rolls across the floor. You watch as the body falls and starts releasing all this poisonous gas. You both like take a few steps back and you watch as the body kind of like shrivel and crack and lie there motionless. You see the man has stood up from the desk. As you look over, you notice that he only has one leg and is holding a crutch to help him stand up. He's like, "That was amazing." Right, and he starts hobbling over towards the two guards that are like obviously incapacitated. He's like, "We need to get these to the infirmary. Give me a hand, will ya?" "Come on, I don't have all day. These men need help."
Payment for our service.
Can I rob him first? The guards. I just want to look in the pocket. The thing about my character is he has no shame, so he doesn't realise that he's doing anything wrong by looking in their pockets. He's just like, "Oh yeah, give it to me."
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you're just doing it. You're not trying to hide it. You're just doing it.
I'm out of
Yeah. Roll an investigation check. You find 17 gold pieces.
Of course I do. Of course I do.
You find a little golden locket with a picture of two young girls inside of it, look like the guards' kids, as well. And you also find a small vial of red liquid. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So you drink it and you just you don't really feel anything. Yeah. It doesn't affect you in any way. A little bit sweet.
It didn't affect me, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay. So it's like, oh, I see one of you's helping pick them up. Come on, you two, give your friend a hand.
I kick the zombie's head over towards him, and then I walk down to help pick up the other guard.
Okay, so Dwaff's picking up one of them. The other guy is walking over and he's like holding it and he's like gesturing to you, Grundle, to like help him carry him.
I'm like,
Give me a hand.
well, I'd love to, but I've got a little malformed hand and a hoof, so I can't really do much heavy lifting.
He turns around, he looks over towards you, Shankmo. He's like, "Come on, you. I know you're little, but we can get this done between us." And he turns back to you, Grundle, and is just like, "I know how it can feel not having the right appendages." And he looks down at his leg and just like, "It can be a trouble sometime, can't it?"
You gave me a life story before.
Well, that's a bit mean, isn't it? Jesus Christ, come on then. All leave and they've like left. You catch up to them in the street and you're like, what do you do as you catch up to them?
I say, I was only joking. Come on. What?
What are you doing, man? Okay, yeah, ha ha ha, right, follow me. You go down the road a little bit and you come to this kind of hospital. There's a bunch of like religious iconography here. Kind of looks like there's like a kind of like an icon of like a sun.
I'm like, yeah, I stop and I'm like, all hail Ted Petulor. Because I got religion.
As you go inside.
Some kind of blessing.
Well, I mean, your character might think you did.
Dude, religion. I've got religion is my skill.
If you want, like, I'll send you a list of all the gods in the game if you want. If you really want to go into it.
I've got my own god called Ted Petulor.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Okay,
Yeah,
so you guys go inside, and there's this large hall with a bunch of beds. There's a few unconscious people, like people lying there. And there's a bunch of like priests and priestesses, like kind of. You see like some of them praying over bodies, and like there's like small like glows, like flashes of lights, and you see like wounds close in front of you.
Nice.
Two of the priests like rush over and it's like, oh my god, what is this? What's happened to them? Are they alive?
Goblin
Like,
fungus. It's goblin fungus.
well, thank you there, little one. Okay, okay, lay them down over here. We'll see what we can do. Like, thank you, Stella. Thank you so much, Stella. That's lovely of you.
Right, well, I'll tell you what, yeah. At this stage, right, I get my herbalist massive kit, and I cut off a little bit of the fucking goblin fungus and put it in a vial for later.
Nice, yeah. You
And
do that.
and
Like, so are you a doctor as well?
I'm like, not officially.
Well, I mean, it can't hurt.
and I see.
They sort of like scurry off and take them into another room. You see the tall man with the one leg's like, right. I mean, that was quite something, wasn't it? Fucking hell. Right. Well, tell you what. I'll let you know in a minute. I'm Steve. I'm the head guard here in town. Okay. Well, I guess we've got a lead now, haven't we? The mine, well, we used to have a mine working about 20 years back until all the workers got called up to go fight the war in the north, and it's kind of been derelict since then. We did send out a few parties to go and scavenge some of the remaining tools and iron from the mine, about 5 years ago, none of them returned, and we didn't really have the manpower to go look for them. We just assumed that they got attacked and killed by some of the savage beasts that roam the woods. So yeah, I think, I mean, if you're up for it, we'd be in your debt, and like I said, we've got quite a hefty price to pay if you do come back successfully.
Go to the fucking mines.
To the mines.
Let's go to the fucking mines.
It's like, right, hold on there one moment, and he walks off and speaks to this priest. He goes off into a room and comes out with this small leather sack.
Is it for the
And
patient?
he comes over and he's like, I've got here's some health potions for your group that should help
Yes.
you. Chris, you do notice they look very similar to the vial that you drank a few minutes before. So you each have 2 health
Yeah.
potions now.
Right, fucking, I look at the guys who've got it. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm like, fresh orphans. We should find where they are and sell them into slavery.
I'm assuming
But-
you said that after we've left the room and nowhere near these people anymore.
Yeah.
Alright.
You guys like, thank you very much, we'll be right on that. He's like, I hope you come back alive. You've got some talent I've seen, and he lets you go.
Have we got like
actually,
a map?
as you go out, it's like, oh, one moment. You might want to go find the Astronomers Guild. They might have some more information on the people that have been taken. There's also Old Man Hodgins. He lives on the edge of town, and he goes off into the woods quite a bit. He's a hunter. He might be able to give you some information, help you get to the mine.
Alright, let's go see
Good day.
Let's go see
Hodgepodge.
Hodgepodge, mate.
Hodgy dodge.
Hodgepodge. Right, so let's start walking towards the edge of town.
Which edge?
The fucking edge. He pointed, didn't he? Alright,
Hmm.
someone ask him. Which way?
Yeah, which edge of town?
Oh, sorry, my bad. To the west, there's a gate, and he lives like not far from the gate, along the main outer wall. He's got a little kind of shack, I guess you'd say.
And then I'm like, you are gonna pay us for this, right?
Of course, yeah. If you manage to quell the threat and return some of our villagers safely, of course.
Some.
Well, hopefully all of them.
No, be
Uh,
specific. Some.
If you can get any of them out, I would be in great debt to
Any.
you.
So like even one.
That would be fantastic. But I mean, save everyone if you can. I've like my voice. I'm like slipping into the
We
same
all
voice
had
that
to
you're
say that.
doing. Like, can't help myself. Like just turning into a little gremlin as well.
So off we fucking, like my little hoof foot, off we go on the way. I just throw a dart up into the air.
Are you like doing it in a like how are you doing it? Are you doing it in a like an area where there's not many people, or
I don't know, Jake. Are we in an area where there's not many people? Or...
it's patchy. You could wait, you know, or you could. It's up to you. Like, are you just you're in like the bit. There's a few people around at this moment.
Well, I'm a man of impulse. I just throw the gun.
Okay, yeah. So you throw it up, and you watch it for a moment, and it's coming straight back down directly to where you're standing.
Bonus action, move.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say you can move out of the way if you want. Fuck
Yeah,
it. You've been watching it.
absolutely.
It's not surprised you. Yeah. You get out of the way and it lands where
Absolutely.
you're standing. Cool. You can pick it back up if you want.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's it. I might actually. I don't know. How are you guys feeling? I might call it there.
We're waiting in the blacksmith's lobby. Dwarf and Grundle, we're waiting for the spike clubby. He said that's loads of money. I said no, buddy. Then he called the guards and it got real funny. Grundle with the green smoke out of his hand. We jumped into the barrel and me and Dwarf ran. We ran real far, we hid under the table. The 2 guards, they were never fucking able. Yeah, we went to the guardhouse.
us. And everybody was like, you gotta let your guard down. No, we don't. Shank Mo on my fucking shoulders. Everybody knows that the bars are my lawyer. Yeah, the two guards are the Australians or the Asturians or the artisans. That's what we go. We're trying to farm a man. They turn into two zombies and we just part a man. Big Shank Mo on the levels with the shank. Dwarf cutting off heads. It's a fucking shank. Darts getting thrown by Grundle.